Now, I mean, it was common in Hollywood to have pretty musical musicals, but have you ever seen so much singing and dancing in one movie? You'd expect it, of course, from Betty Grable and Carmen Miranda, but J. Carrol Naish, that was his singing debut on the big screen, by the way. Now, while all of the shooting with the principals was done in the studios, the backgrounds for Down Argentine Way were filmed in Buenos Aires and other Argentine locations. And the producer, Harry Brown, was in daily communication with the film crew by means of a shortwave radio station that was operated by the sound man. That was a long way before we had the telecommunications we have today. These people traveled 20,000 miles and they came back with 20,000 feet of film. And after being used for this movie, the shots went into the stock footage library and found their way into a lot of other Fox films subsequently. Now, regarding Carmen Miranda, most people associate her with her adopted country of Brazil, but no, she was born just outside of Lisbon, Portugal in 1909. So now you know about Carmen Miranda. Now let's take a look at this.
Next on AMC, a woman's tragic love affair with a soldier leads to a life of bitterness and disappointment in My Foolish Heart, starring Susan Hayward and Dana Andrews. Next on AMC. There's lots of singing, lots of dancing, and lots of romancing. AMC's mad about musicals.
Come, get together.
So come on and sing along with your favorite stars, like Fred and Ginger,
Let yourself go.
Betty Grable, Don Amici, and Carmen Miranda in her screen debut.
Hi, hi. Oh, I'm just wild about Harry.
Al Jolson, Tyrone Power, and Alice Faye.
Cannot do without. He's just wild about me.
Deanna Durbin. Plus Frank Sinatra, Gene Simmons, and Marlon Brando in the hit Broadway musical Guys and Dolls.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Don't miss our Mad About Musicals Festival, all this week at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on AMC.
Coming up next on AMC.
Dad, this is Walter Dreiser. Walt, my dad.
How do you do, sir?
Well, I must say you're the sorriest looking Casanova I've ever seen.
I think you assured me I'd grow into it. You know what I felt when I saw you again tonight?
What?
Eloise doesn't care for you. She never did. I thought I was all over. And here it starts all over again.
The night is like a lovely tune. Beware my foolish heart.
I just wanted to tell you again. I love you.
Likewise, and rest assured.
You want me to tell him? I'll tell him, all right.
Oh, no, you won't. I don't want him to ask me because he has to. I want him to ask me because he loves me and wants me.
Gosh, what about the rest of your life, Elle? Please, darling, don't you be crazy. You just
Mary
go right
Jane,
in there and...
I'll never tell him.
Next on AMC, a woman's tragic love affair with a soldier leads to a life of bitterness and disappointment in My Foolish Heart, starring Susan Hayward and Dana Andrews. Next on AMC.
My Foolish Heart is an emotion-packed romance featuring excellent performances by two Hollywood veterans. Now, in the film, Susan Hayward plays the role of an alcoholic, a part that she had done previously in a 1947 movie called Smash Up. And because of this, she was really hesitant at first to take this role because she felt it was much too close to the other part. But her husband, Jess Barker, an actor in B films, was the one who convinced her to do it. Although their marriage was a tumultuous one and ended in a bitter divorce, Susan always trusted Jess Barker's opinion, at least in terms of what role she should take. Dana Andrews, who previously co-starred with Susan Hayward in Canyon Passage, was himself an alcoholic at the time of the movie, and he remained one until he kicked the habit, which would be in the early 70s. He had a tremendous respect for Susan Hayward and for the director Mark Robson, too, and despite his drinking problem, he was never late on the set, didn't touch a drop until after the shooting was over. Dana Andrews said of Susan Hayward, she was a very strong young woman with a steel will. She was most attractive and always very pleasant, and we worked extremely well together. Although Susan Hayward and Dana Andrews got along famously on the set, they almost never saw each other socially. Mark Robson, the director, felt that this was a good advantage, really. If the two players are not closely related off the screen, they relate much better in emotional scenes on camera, and he was probably right. Here's Susan Hayward and Dana Andrews in My Foolish Heart.